plans for Queen Elizabeth's 100th birthday tribute announced, filled with nods to the history-making monarch. Plans to commemorate what would have been Queen Elizabeth's 100th birthday in 2026 are in bloom. The Royal Parks charity announced on August 6 that planning permission was granted for a new garden in the Regent's Park in London to celebrate the life of Queen Elizabeth. King Charles's mother was the longest-reigning monarch in British history when she died in September 2022 at age 96, and would have turned 100 in April 2026. Work is now underway to transform a disused plant nursery in the heart of the Regent's Park into a beautiful 2-acre garden, which is set to open in 2026, to mark what would have been the late Queen's centenary year. Royal Parks said in a statement. Key features of the garden will include a circular pond enhancing wildlife habitats, a central promenade with an accessible platform over the pond, and a vibrant flower garden showcasing species significant to the late Queen. It continued. In a video highlighting what's happening behind the scenes, Senior Landscape Project Manager Matthew Halsall explained that disused growing space is being transformed into the garden, turning gray to green. HTA Design LLP is designing it with horticulturist Dr. Noel Kingsbury and Tate Plus co-architects, imagined to complement historic gardens within Regent's Park while introducing sustainable innovations. According to the plans, an old water tower will be converted into an accessible viewing platform with panoramic views of the gardens, and the tower will be a habitat for birds, bats, and other animals. The garden will significantly boost biodiversity in the park through diverse habitats like nectar-rich planting, meadows, woodlands, and hedgerows to welcome wildlife, the statement said. Sustainable standards include recycling steel from the former greenhouse into the new pergola and repurposed water tower, and converting demolished concrete into new growing mediums. According to the Telegraph, Queen Elizabeth's favorite flower will also be featured in the garden. The late Queen favored lily of the valley, which was featured in her coronation bouquet back in 1953 along with orchids from England, stephanotis from Scotland, orchids from Wales and carnations from Northern Ireland and the Isle of Man. The approval of planning permission marks an exciting step forward in the creation of the new garden, which is designed to be a tranquil space for reflection, accessible to all. It provides a serene escape from the city's hustle and bustle, said Andrew Scattergood, Chief Executive of the Royal Parks. This site will add 2 acres of biodiverse parkland for everyone to enjoy and explore. Plans for a memorial garden commemorating the life of Queen Elizabeth were previously announced, and public engagement sessions were held in January to solicit feedback from locals. Regent's Park is about 2.5 miles north of Buckingham Palace and is one of 8 parks overseen by the Royal Parks charity, which also looks after London landmarks like Hyde Park and Kensington Gardens. King Charles, 75, is the patron of Royal Parks, launched in July 2017 to manage 5,000 acres of royal parkland in London. The charity is one of the patronages the conservation-minded monarch retained following his accession upon his mother's death nearly 3 years ago. A garden is a fitting tribute to the late Queen, who was the patron of the Royal Horticultural Society for 70 years and attended its flagship event, the Chelsea Flower Show, over 50 times during her record reign. Her last visit would be in May 2022, when she explored the event in a golf cart.